Oh, hey 10th graders, how you doing? It's me, Mr. Wood. Good to see you. What I'm going to be doing right now is giving you some directions for our field trip today for the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. So let's get to it. All right, first off, we are going to be walking to the museum. So before we leave, you want to make sure that you, if you have them, that you are wearing some more sports shoes, something you can walk in for today. Now, when we get to the museum, you're going to be broken up into two different big tour groups. You either be going on a tour at 1 o'clock with some of the tour guides, they call themselves docents, or at 2:15. So, right now, it would be awesome if the teachers haven't done this already. They could hand out these little folders right here and make sure everybody gets one. And if you want to pause the video while you do that, you can. Or if you have them already, awesome. Okay, so look inside your folder, and if you open it up there, I'm opening mine here, you will find a list. And a list that says on it the MIA groups. You'll see there teachers' names and then names of the students. Find your name where you are, and on there you'll be able to see if you're on a 1 o'clock tour or a 2:15 tour. And here is how it will work. If you're on the 1 o'clock tour, you will need to meet in the lobby of the museum right underneath this big sun when we get there. The teacher who you are going to tour with will quickly take attendance, make sure they have everybody, and you will begin your tour, which will take about 1 hour touring the museum. If you're on the 2:15 tour, you will have some time to walk around the museum, see things on your own, and do the homework assignment in here that I have explained as well. So, 1 o'clock tour, right away, you will meet, you'll get together under the sun, right this big, huge glass sun thing at the museum. When we get there, you'll find your teacher and you go on tour. If you're on the 2:15 tour, you will need to find your way back to the lobby area under this sun right around 2:05, 2:10, just to make sure that you are on time for your tour. Let's get to what is next here. All right, so there is some classwork for us to do on this trip, and this would be a great way for you to improve your GPA while you are working and learning about some art. The assignments aren't too tough, so go ahead and take out this packet right here, and I will show you what that looks like right now. Here we go. All right, so here is our packet. So if you haven't done so already, get your name on there. And here is how your work will work for the museum. Okay. So, first part is there are exhibits that you will need to look at in the museum. This would be any piece of art, and pretty much every exhibit will have basically like an explanation or a label next to it, which will tell the years, where it was made from, and everything. Okay. Also on your tour guides will be going over these exhibits and will be explaining them to you. Now, I've asked the tour guides, can our students ask questions? And they've said yes. So if you want to get more information on one of these during the tour, raise your hand and feel free to ask a couple questions. It's okay. But let's look at what you're supposed to do. So let's say I see this nice piece of art there. Okay, pretty beautiful. Looks like it's from Greece. Got a vase right there. So what I would do is I would fill out my optic parts. I would start off with my overview. You look at the entire image. Where's it from? When was it made? And I put here that this is a vase, and I put it was made around the 5th to 6th century BCE, made in Greece. That is about all the information you need to put. A couple bullet points with some specific details, discovering how this thing, where it's from, what year it was made. That would be okay. Next we go down to parts, and we're focusing on the individual parts that you can get from it. And here I just wrote a little bit about this vase and the legend about it. And I could have got that by listening to the tour guide and writing down. So yes, you can write these down as you are on the tour. This optic part is perfect for doing on the tour. Then we have down here, I just put the title, it's the name of it. And I put one major thing that I learned about this vase. And I put that many Greek vases were created that are images of the gods or legends like this one. And I would have one exhibit done. So how many of these exhibits do I have to look at and write about? Well, if I want to get a 3.0 for this, which will be graded as assignment completion and daily practice, you need to do 3 of them. If you do 4 of them, you may earn a 4.0. And these can be done during the tour, or they can be done when you're walking around the museum on your own. It's appropriate to do them at both times is okay. Let's get to the second part of our homework here. I know, there's more. Okay, so we're looking at those 5 themes of history, and I've put them on this worksheet. So what you will need to do is, and this you won't be able to do this in the tour because it's going to take a little longer, so this will have to be on your own time. You're going to need to draw a picture of the piece of art that shows one of the 5 themes of history. So you'll find a piece of art, then you will draw it out, and then you just explain with 2 or 3 details why it fits the theme: environment, culture, state building. I'm going to give a hint, there's a lot of religious works there, so culture might be one that's not so hard. All right? However, there's social structures, there's environment, there's many other pieces of art in there you can look at as well. And there will be 2 of these that you can do. So you fill this out, and then after the tour is done, you will give these to me when we come to class on Friday. So when we come to class on Friday, this manila folder with your worksheet, you can pass it back. I'd love to have these folders back so we can use them again. And I'll collect them, and I will give you your grades. Let's look at one last thing before we go. When you are at the museum, we gave you these folders because you can write on them as well. So if you're needing to write, you can put it down. You can write your information there. You can use the folder. Some people like to use the back of another student. I suppose that would be okay as well. Here's what you definitely don't want to do. Don't put it on the wall and then write on it. So don't put your worksheet on the wall and then write on it. The security guards there will probably get upset about that because they might think you're trying to write on the wall or something like that. Or maybe you're writing and the pencil could go through the paper and could mark the wall. They really don't like that. So don't put these on the wall when you're writing. Put them on the folder that we gave you. All right. So you guys are ready. If your teacher has a few other things to say before we go, that's all right. And then we'll meet you guys in the lobby. Looking forward to this trip.